Hello and welcome back to the FPL Tom YouTube channel. In today's video we're going to be covering my Game Week 2 team selection. We're going to run through my Game Week 1 team, kind of see how it scored, see how it did. Then we're going to move on to my Game Week 2 selection and we're going to talk about captaincy options and kind of how my team is setting up and my future transfer plans. If you do enjoy the content that you see on the channel, then please like, comment and subscribe, as we are trying to reach 500 subs before the end of August. And if we could do that, it would honestly be absolutely amazing. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. And to start off with, let's take a look at my Game Week 1 side. Yeah, it was okay in the end. We got 66 points, which was above the average. There were some very impressive performances in there from my side. Haaland, Salah, James and Cancelo being the standout players for me. Very impressed with all their performances, especially Cancelo and James. Massive bonus points magnets. To say they got a yellow card and then they both got 2 bonus points each kind of shows the influence and the quality that they have like within the game. Reece James as well had I think it was the most chances created among defenders. He also had the most crosses amongst defenders as well. I think he had 50 and only 3 were successful. A lot of them coming from corners as well, but they are good numbers and that's what you want to see from your kind of your fullback players. A little bit disappointed with kind of the Liverpool defence. Only one point for each of them. Little bit of a disappointing performance, and with Nunez kind of doing well, it has made me question my kind of transfer strategy. How do I get him in? Do I ditch Robertson? Kind of that's a little bit of kind of a thought at the moment that was going through my mind. Running through the rest of the team, Bailey and Neto. Yeah, not great, was it? Obviously, the FPL kind of hype Twitter train got them into my team, and it just didn't really work. I thought Neto showed glimpses of quality and potentially could do well. He's obviously got 1 to 2 more game weeks to kind of prove himself, and then he's gone. Same with Leon Bailey, pretty much. I heard good things from Villa fans. He played the full 90 minutes, which is very encouraging and what we want from a 5 million player. But again, didn't set the world on fire, and I think we've got to remember these players are valued at 5 and 5.5 million. So if they're not hauling every week, that's fine. I don't expect them to haul, and neither should you. Once every 2 to 3 game weeks is kind of what we're expecting from these kind of lower enabler type players. So I'm not too bothered. Saka, I am a little bit disappointed with. Yes, he did get the assist, but yeah, he just didn't look good, did he? Martinelli looked the better of the two, and if I could save that 2 million, that would be absolutely amazing for my future team development. But we have gone Saka, and hopefully he can just kick on a little bit. Haaland with his 13, that brace, wonderful performance from him. And Jesus, I did think he looked all right. I'm not going to take him out of my team. Just down to the fact that Arsenal's fixtures are amazing. A little bit disappointed that he wasn't able to score, but I do think he will get back in the points for the upcoming weeks. That was my Game Week 1 kind of score. Okay, we did all right, but let's move on to the Game Week 2 selection. And moving on to the Game Week 2 selection, here is my team. As you can see, very much an unchanged lineup. Danny Ward in goal, Trent, James, Robertson, Cancelo at the back, Bailey, Salah, Saka, Neto, Haaland and Jesus up front. Very happy with this team. Obviously, this was the plan with kind of the drafts, that this team would have longevity, it would be flexible, and has a lot of good quality players with quality fixtures going forward. It's not just a 1 game week kind of punt, it is a long-term thing. I want this team to kind of last me till around Game Week 8, Game Week 9, when I will potentially look to wildcard. I'm very happy with a lot of the players within this side. Obviously, Trent and Robertson having Crystal Palace at home. Very, very tasty fixture for them. Cancelo at home against Bournemouth as well. I'm hoping we can keep a lot of clean sheets at the back. Danny Ward in goal. Yeah, I hope he just kind of gets some save points. I'm not too fussed about the clean sheet, especially when I have Saka and Jesus. Just some clean, save points would be nice from him. Moving into the midfield, Bailey and Neto start again, obviously continuing with their good fixtures. Hopefully this time they can both haul. It was Bailey's birthday the other day, and usually when it's players' birthday, they do like to score a goal to kind of just celebrate it. You see it all the time. So hopefully that theme can continue. Salah against Crystal Palace has a really, really good record. 8 goals and 6 assists against Crystal Palace. At home as well, at Anfield. You expect him to do quite well. Although if you read everything you believe on Twitter, then he hasn't scored or returned in game week 2. So, yeah, not great. And then to finish the lineup, we've got Haaland and Jesus up front. Haaland against Bournemouth. Wonderful, wonderful stuff that is. That's a very, very tasty fixture for him and for City. And then Leicester as well didn't look great at the back, did they, in the second half against Brentford. And I do believe Gabriel Jesus will get a goal, as a lot of people have kind of shifted him on, and the FPL karma gods are going to do their thing. In terms of captaincy, I am going for Haaland for game week 2. I think you've just got to play the percentages early on. Go with the crowd, kind of. If he doesn't score, then no one else really gains anything on him. I think Salah is a wonderful option if you can't get Haaland in your team. I think he'll do fantastically well against Crystal Palace. Liverpool always do well at home as well. You know, they've got a wonderful record. I think it's something ridiculous where they've gone unbeaten there. But yeah, so they have a really good record at home. I don't think Salah is a bad option. He's always a safe option. I said this in one of my other videos. If you're not really sure about captaincy, just whack it on Salah. He's always going to do well. But I've gone with Haaland. I'm going to play the percentages. Yes, his EO will be like plus 150. But I think early on, you've just got to stick with the crowd, kind of follow the trends, keep up with the points. It's later on in the season where we start to pick our differential captains, our differential players, and that is where kind of the bigger rank gains can be made. I think at the start, it's just keeping in touch of kind of the top 500,000 players. You just want to be within that kind of barometer. As long as you're kind of within that touch, I feel you're doing okay. It doesn't really matter the first few game weeks. You just want to keep plodding along and kind of just staying with the crowd, picking players who are getting points and picking players who have good fixtures. To finish up, let's move through the bench. Back up Leicester goalkeeper, yes. Williams, 0 points against Newcastle in the first game, but did look okay. So at 4 million, he's just going to sit on the bench. We're not too bothered. Andreas Pereira had a great game against Liverpool. Definitely could be working his way into the team if I haven't got kind of a plan for Neto or Bailey. I don't mind putting Andreas Pereira in there. Archer as well came off the bench for Aston Villa, so that is very encouraging signs to see. It seems like we've picked the right 4.5 million forward. He's just going to come off the bench, and we don't mind that because he's third sub. He's probably never ever going to make it into my team, so I'm very happy with him just coming off the bench for Aston Villa. If he can get an attack in return, even better, but he's just going to be sat third sub, so it doesn't really matter too much. But yeah, that is my game week 2 team selection. I'm very happy with the team. I'm very happy with kind of the strategy that I'm going for at the moment. I'm going to roll the transfer this week unless some like crazy injury news comes out in the press conferences. Always keep up to date with them, as they are like honestly just gold dust, the information that you can get from them. But yeah, I'm very happy with the team. I'm very happy with kind of rolling the transfer and seeing what the plan is for next week, because I think what I'll probably do, if Darwin looks very good again, is drop Robertson down to like a Walker or potentially a Perisic, if we kind of know what that situation is, and kind of get Darwin in the team somehow. I'm not 100% sure, but I think with 2 transfers in hand for game week 3, it gives me a better kind of hand over other players who only have 1 or none, so I can just kind of figure out how to attack the next few game weeks before I start to implement my wildcard. If you did enjoy today's video, then please be sure to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. If you need any help, leave it in the comments below and I answer all questions in there. Hope you have a good game week and thank you very much for watching.